Okay, not going to be a super long stream today because my goal is to finish up these two guys and then get them all packed up and mail them out today because I finished up both of their needles yesterday. So I'm very happy with how they turned out with that paint job. So now I want to get them all packed up now that all the bits are good to go and get them mailed out. So that's my goal for today. I didn't even bother starting up my other cameras or anything because I'm not even going to be streaming on sewing things or anything like that. This is just pretty much a hand work sort of day. I do need to figure out where I put my elastic though. That's going to be important. Oh no, my elastic. Did not put it where it belongs. Nice. Okay. Pokey stick. And that should be good there. I don't remember which arm, which, that's the back there. Okay, so you're a pair. There and, oops, well, you're not a pair. Okay, so wrong arm. What's the other arm that I need? That arm. Okay. Which arm gets the elastic? Okay, the hole is in the back there, so this is going to go on that side. She's going to be right-handed, at least, because that's what I'm going to make her. So I'm going to put the elastic on this one. Okay. This one, pull to the left. Pull to the left. Cool beans. Those two need elastic. These two do not, so they can flip. There we go. Okay, so those are just her arms. Where are my hits? Oh, I can't flip them yet. I need to poke the hole for them. Yes. That's going to be right there. Perfect. Okay. This one through here. And this one needs its little peg as well. There we go. Teddy bear arms. These two both need holes for the pegs and also are going to need elastic bit. So this is what's going to hold needle. And and a big needle for that. My own big needle, which is much smaller than Hornet's needle, but can actually go through fabric, whereas hers would have a really hard time. And I'm just poking holes in with my little awl. Pull that through. Come on, needle. Okay. Goodness. Bad at tying knots. Bad at tying. Sure. And that's good too. Okay. Actually, that one might be a little bit too big. See, that one was good. This might actually be too loose. I'm going to redo that one. Now that I can see it all tied up and short, it was actually too big. Try that again. Good. That looks like a better loop to me, and it still works. So we're all good. Not as loopy. And then I did punch a hole. This goes in this way. Got her 2 little loops. There we go. Perfect. Here. Actually, just okay, so I went 3/4 of an inch up and it's 1/2 an inch wide. Okay. Let me make a little note of that for myself. Okay. Hi, Pick. Thank you for the lurk. I'm going to be just here until I finish these 2, and then that will be it. So that is all I am planning on doing today. My goal was to get these 2 done before Granite State Convention. And seeing as that's this weekend, I do want to get these guys out before that. So I'm going to try and get them done today and then in the mail this evening. So I have another 6-ish hours, or 5.5-ish hours to get them done and in the mail, which I don't think I'll have a problem with, but just in case, like, this is my only goal for today. Needle goes through there. It does. Hello, Rogue. Ooh, have fun with meetings. I will probably not finish these 2 before you leave, but my goal is to finish them today and get them in the mail. So that's what I'm working towards. Once they are done, I'm going to have to end stream to get them packed up just because that includes people's like addresses and stuff. So I'm not going to be sharing that anywhere near stream. Uh, Come on. Probably left myself a little bit too short of a tail there. Fine though, it's fine. I got it. Okay, there's my other hand. I did poke the hole through there so I can get my teddy bear joint. Maybe goes through there. Come on. Okay, there's my four little armies. You go there. This one goes. Here we go. Done with my elastic. This time I'm going to put it back in the right spot so I don't lose it. Go with the rest of the elastic, not the zippers. Shh. Ah, smack. Okay. Done with that needle. I do need my other needle though, so I stitch her up. And black and white thread. You beat Silk Song. Nice. I have not gotten to watch anymore because I've been just so busy like prepping for Granite State. So I'm still like in the middle of Act Two. But congrats. That is awesome. And by me being in the middle of Act Two, I mean watching. Definitely just watching. I need stuffing for her arms. I'm going to stuff her arms first. Get some arm stuffing. Move you out of the way. And just small bits at a time so it doesn't get lumpy. A little bit more up in the top section there. Up around. I'm going to stuff both of the arms before I stitch either of them together, just because I kind of use just feeling them to make sure that they're both stuffed the same amount. So if I need to add more or take some out, I have to do that before I stitch them up. I don't want her to have like one super stuffed packed arm and one that's just wimpy and flails around. Fingers there. Feels good. That part is still empty. Bjorn Borg style? I don't know what that is. That feels good. Tennis player from the 70s played all. Oh, I do not know anything about tennis other than it happens occasionally. That is awesome though. It's like the people who do arm wrestling like as actual competitive shit, and it's like one side is super lopsided. That's awesome though. Yes, we don't want any lopsided tennis player arms on Hornet. A little bit more middle there. Man, that feels good. Fourth arm. Top section is good. You squish some of this bottom up into the middle, and then I can put new stuff in the bottom. A little bit more in this one still. That feels better. Okay. And then just to be sure, before I stitch them up, I want to have her hold needle. Yep. Here. Yep. She's good. There we go. I should just make one like double-handed. Ah, dual wielding needle. Ah, that's what they need to do. Give her a second needle. Okay. These little guys are ready to be stitched up. Yes, that would make the game easier. Let Hornet dual wield. I mean, I would not be opposed to watching that either. That might be fun. I feel it would be very, very chaotic, though. Okay. Stuffing go inside. And then let's get this closed up. Come on. This is maybe the wrong needle to pick for this. Not want to stab through nice. After this arm, I will use a thinner needle. Grab all those little fuzzums. Okay, that arm is done. I can tie that up. Come on. Did I go through the wrong section of thread? I think I did. Oh my god. Hang on. What are you doing? Are you like that? Huh? Right there? Good? Better? Okay. That is good. bury my thread. Trim off all the extra, and then I'm going to swap out for a smaller needle. You stab me though. I'm not a fan of you. Yeah, right, using needles to make her. My needles are a lot smaller though. Yeah, okay, this needle's working out better. Ugh. Okay, that one's done. I can clean out my seams. And then tie that off. Whoop. Ah, stab. Didn't stab myself that time. I've got a couple different size hand needles. This one's like thin and long versus like I've got chunky, fat, and long. And the chunky ones I prefer using because the thin ones are just, they're thin enough that the backs are semi sharp, which is just annoying because, like, if you push on the back, like, you stab yourself. Okay. This arm goes here. Yes. Yes. Is that right? Yes. You arm goes here. If I can find the little folder. Come on. There it is. Okay, so that's where her arm attaches. Need one of these guys. Wait, you going this way. Ah, God. They make like an actual like plier tool to install these things because pain in the ass. Hello, Jack. Good morning slash whatever time zone you're in. It's not morning for me anymore. Come on. Arm. Okay. Where are my washers? You sit right there. You sit right there. Thank you. Just to make sure her arm is on and rotates. Good. Push everything back to where it's supposed to be. This next arm. Where's the hole? Right there. Okay. Made this as complicated as possible for myself. Come on. I mean, does she even really need arms? Maybe I can just do away with these little shits. Here, right. Yes. Literally right there. Now, can we get your arm through there? Yes, maybe? Maybe? Oh my God. Ah, got it. Yes. Hell yeah. There we go. That one went on slightly bit easier once I actually found the hole for it. And her arm rotates, so we're all good there. Ah, she has arms. I think I'm gonna stuff her up a bit, and then I'll do the other arms, just because I want to have a less deflated Hornet to, like, have sitting here next to me. Got these super long and skinny legs, so gotta be very careful when stuffing them that it doesn't get compacted in and make her lumpy. Needs a little bit more right where her knee would be. Okay. Now onto her next leg. Just gonna go right in the top of her leg there. That one can be a little bit bigger. Not as worried about lumps in her, in like the thigh, top of her leg area, because that's large enough that I can delumpify it. Need more stuffing. Where's my hair? Okay. I'm gonna go up to stuff her neck next. And this is specifically going to her neck, not her head, because I need to put her cloak on. So that will go around her neck, and then her head will get stuffed. And then just her middle's empty. Needs a little bit more just in her waist. But there's no lumps on the front, and that's good. A little extra stuffing right at the entrance to the stuffing hole there. There we go. And now she is covered with little bits and pieces. I don't know how well they show up. Yeah, they show up on camera. All the little fuzzy bits from the stuffing. Which this will just get rid of some of them, but I'm going to have to go through and give her a full brushing before she is mailed out. Because they are just everywhere. Yeah, there's a little bit of fuzzums there. Body stuffed. Let's put her off to the side now. Oh, you look good. Perfect. Oh, I need to close up those arms first. Stitch them closed and then attach them to her. needle. There, that arm is done, and I can bury my thread. Ah, stop flying around. I'm just trying to cut it. That might be long enough to stitch up that final hole, but it's kind of close, so I'm gonna just get a new piece of thread. Stuffing stay inside. Oop. Yes, I definitely wanted a knot right there. That is exactly what I was going for. Thank you for assisting with that. Come on. There we go. That arm is done. Tie that knot off. Oh, I didn't clean the seams on the other one. Okay. Bury that thread. Oh, I go back. Oh, don't do that. Need to clean out my seams here. There we go. There's my little arms for hornet number 2. And again, we gotta find that little armhole, which should be right there. It is. Oh, this is your left arm. That one went on very easy. Okay, now can I get washer on? Yes. And there we go. Okay. And then her right arm. Come on. You've totally got this. Have a good meeting, Rogue. Where is the hole for your arm? Girl? There we go. Come on. Oh, that washer does not want to go on. Squish you down this way. No. Oh my god. Well, don't bend at a weird angle. That's not good. Yes, got it. Okay. You can still rotate. You're good. Okay. Fantastic. Now I can stuff up her. We're gonna get rid of these little threads that we don't need. Stuff up her legs. Okay. That leg looks pretty good. Now I can just get into her thigh. Nope, nope. She got a little bit of an empty space right there. Okay, so let's stuff a little bit of stuffing down into that empty space. Good. That feels better. And then her other leg. That one was maybe a little bit too big. I'm going to have lumps underneath it. Yeah, right there. That back out a little bit. Good. And then a little bit more into her thigh. Okay, and then I'm going to go from there up to her neck as I did before. Not out the back of her head, just the neck. Come on. Okay. So there's her neck all nice and stuffed. Now I can get that center part of her body. And I'll stitch up the bodies, put the capes on, and then I can stuff her head. It's going to be a very short stream today. Maybe after I get these two mailed out, I may come back and stream again, but probably not. I'm thinking I probably won't stream because the next thing I need to do, like for Granite State, is I have enough bats to fill my shelves, but not the super popular ones. And I've only made about 7 or 8. Oh, I've made 10. I've made 10 of the 20 bats that I was hoping to have made. So I have to make more bats or want to make more bats. So I will probably be cutting out the fabric for, or tracing out the fabric for 10 more bats. But that takes place on my Cricut, which I don't have on camera, and I'm not going to like bring over onto camera just because it's set up on its own little cart thing off to the corner of the room, and I don't really want to move it from where it is because it looks great right there. It doesn't take up a lot of space, it doesn't make a mess, and I don't have to deal with it being in the way. Gosh, she's so fluffy. All those little bits of stuffing bits on her. You could actually use a little bit more stuffing down to your thighs. Yeah, you're a little empty right there. That feels better. Yeah, there we go. Okay, moving this out of the way for a second. And get her back stitched up. And then I need to clean out her seams, which I will probably do all of the black first. And then after I stuff her head, I will do that, the white. Getting fuzz everywhere. One more knot. And of course, that's the one that gets a loop. Cool, cool, cool. Yes, that's exactly what I wanted. Amazing how you knew that. That's exactly what I was going for. There we go. That's what I want. I can bury my thread. Pull that tight, snip it short. Oh, so covered in fluffums. Ah. Okay, she's all sewn up, so I can knot my thread. And then bury that in there. So that's it for the black. So covered in the little fuzz bits. This is going to do nothing. I'm going to flip it around and immediately get her covered again. At least I got collected some of them. I can get them off of the table at least. It won't cause more problems. Woo! Yep, and then immediately. Once they're all finished, then I'll go through and clean them off completely. With like my sticky remover brush thing, or the, I don't know what it's called, lint roller. I'll get everything with the lint roller, but uh, for now, because I'm going to stuff her head, I'm going to cover everything with more of those little fuzzums, anyways. Put her little face in there. There we go. She gets her little cape. Same with here. Get your little face squished through here. And making sure that these are on the right way, yes. And yes. There she be. She's a little bit flat. Yes, well, these are the same hornets, but more hornets a day. I'm aiming to get both of these finished up so that I can mail them out today. That's my goal. I'm mostly done. I have to stuff her face, both of them, and then stitch up the back and then clean up all of the little tiny fuzzums that they are getting absolutely coated with from the stuffing. But then I'm done, and I will be ending stream so that I can get them packed up into boxes full of personal information and mail them out. So, almost said, yes, heroic music time. I'm not sure if I will stream after I get back from the mail, because I'm going to just be cutting up bats. The other thing that I have left to do are frogs, which I made a whole bunch of them over the weekend and yesterday, but they are like 2/3 sewn together. I adjusted their foot. I figured out how to make their feet better so that they're actually sewn into the seam rather than hand stitching, because I'm not a huge fan of hand stitching. And those guys, they took me about a hour to make each frog, and a good half hour of that was all hand sewing. Um, so rather than doing that, I wasn't making frogs because I was putting it off, and it's like, well, now I'm running out of frogs. So I figured out a way to change the legs so that they're actually sewn by the machine, and it eliminates all of that hand sewing. So I think now I can actually make more frogs. So tomorrow will probably be bats and frogs. The rest of today will be cutting out fabric for bats. maybe finishing up some frogs. And then tomorrow will be all bats and frogs. That will be Wednesday. I will probably not be streaming on Thursday because I need to get ready and get all of my like supplies down and prepped for the convention, like the table displays and everything. So Thursday will probably just be con prep and making sure that everybody is done and ready to be sold. And then Friday, I believe, is setup day. So I will go and I will set up for the convention, and then the convention is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay, let me make sure there's no lumps in her. She's not feeling lumpy. Could probably use a little bit more right in there, though. A little bit more on the other side of her horn. Yeah, that feels better. Okay. So there's her. Bloom doom. Oh, email. Hang on, let me go poke that. Waiting for an email from. Nope, not the right person. Okay. Is that Mr. Panda? Thank you, Mr. Panda. Now you don't have to watch ads. A little bit more in there. I know I was short. I need to get more stuffing. Wasn't too far off about how much I needed, though. Not that that was planned. I just literally grabbed whatever came out in one lump. But that was not too far off. I only need a little bit more. Yeah, a little bit more right up in here. She's got an empty spot right there. Stuff some in there. Could probably use some more in this horn as well. That's not as stuffy. That might be enough. I think that's good. How's her neck? Maybe a little bit. I'm going to divide this in half and stuff half of it into each neck. There. Just to give her a little bit more stability with the neck there. So she's wiggles like this right now. She's got the wiggles. She could actually use a little bit more even. Ooh, let me get her one more little stuffing bit. Let's try that. Yeah, that's better. So much fuzzums on her though. My goodness, girl. And put some of these things away. Hold on to those for me, will you? Thank you. I do still need the thread and the needles, but I'm going to move them out of the way just temporarily so try and get rid of all of this tiny invisible little stuffing bits. Yours. Oh, camera out of here. Okay. Ugh. needles are going to go out of the way. Her needles, not mine. My needles are coming back. Okay. Then the back of her head gets stitched up, and then they will both be done. Ah, do not do the stabs. Come on. Okay, then I can tie that off. Yes, thank you for the stab. The loop. Why are you doing this to me? You good? Then I can bury my thread. Scissors hanging above my head. There she is. She's all stitched up. It's Still needs to get cleaned up and have me go through and clean up the seams. But for the sewing, she's done. I have to figure out how to rearrange this camera. I moved it slightly and now the top of my head gets caught in everything I'm doing. Push your face. Okay, there's the second one. I can tie that thread off. Double woo! Bury that thread in the side of her head there. That up. Snip it short. Now I can remove all of the needles and thread and get her cleaned up. There's so many little fuzzums on her. You're gonna get lint rollered, which I might need. Oh no, that's still pretty sticky. Okay. Ah, well, those ones are just stuck in my seam, so I can pull those out by hand. Ah, now I need a needle again because the threads that were buried came out. They were caught on those little bits of stuff in there. Okay, can we? You gonna behave? Can you go into this needle for me? Yes. No. Oh, well. One half of you behaved, right? Okay. Put the threads back inside her arm. Whew. Okay, underside of her looks good. Let's squish you down. Clean off your face. Okay, she can sit right there. And she gets her needle. There we go. She is all ready to go. Fantastic. Okay. I'm gonna get a new sticky sheet for hornet number 2. Let's get her all nice and cleaned up. Get rid of all those fuzzums on her. Okay. That looks good there. Her cloak looks good. Got some little fuzzums in her neck area. She doesn't need those. Okay, squish you down. Good. And there we go. Let's get her needle. And they are good to go. Yeah, that is all of the fuzzum bits that I got off of her. That is a lot of lint. Okay, I am done with both of them. So even though I've only been streaming for a little under 2 hours, I am done for today. I have one more that I am planning to make. Where did she go? She's right here. She's very flat. So I have her to still stuff up and finish before Friday. But I already have like another one done. So my thoughts were if I go to the convention with one of them, then I can come back. If I sell her, I can come back in the evening and finish up the second one. because literally it's just that. Like I was able to finish both of these two in about 2 hours, so I can make that one in like an hour. So I'll be able to finish her up and bring her if I sell the other one. So I'm not really putting a priority on finishing her up. I want to do the frogs and things first. Which my frogs, let me go grab those little guys. Put them in the other room. My frogs are going to look like this. Ta-da! So they've got their cute little legs now. Instead of hand sewing the legs onto the bottom of them, I put them in the seams. So this eliminates like a half hour of work off of every single frog. So that's lovely because each leg being stitched onto the body took about 7 minutes. So that's like a half hour of work there that's just done. So I can actually make the frogs now. And they sit cute. Their legs just about touch the ground. So you have to kind of squish them down. Otherwise, they just fly like a little UFO. Like, whoa! But I have two of these that still needs to be hand stitched closed in the back there. So a little bit more hand stitching. I've got two of these guys done, 3 more to go. And then I also have a pile of partially done frogs from this weekend and yesterday. So I have 3 more here, 3 more here, and then I wanted to make 3 more of the, let's see, is it the frog that's in here? Where is frog? Oh, that is the frog. But I need to move him up. That frog. This little guy. I want to make 3 more of him with like that pattern, but I actually need to I need to fix that pattern in my embroidery hoop so I can make 3 of them, not just one at a time. So I need to do that and then finish them up. Oop, goodbye, frog. So I'm going to do that before I finish up the next hornet. Hornet is actually up on my Etsy. I've kind of made a decision that I don't really want to do prices on stream because if I change them in the future, I don't want to have like verbal confirmation of where they were. But she is available up on my Etsy, so you can check out her price there, which is just dappermoosestudio.etsy.com. I think takes you there. So yeah. Okay, I'm going to end stream here at like 2 hours because I'm done with these guys and need to get them packed up and put people's addresses on the box. So that's not happening on stream. But I will find somebody to raid out to and yeah. I don't know who. I'm following this person on my Dapper Moose Studio account, so they probably do sewing. Ah, they do crochet type stuff, but right now they're playing Silksong. Oh, but they're playing a part that I haven't really gotten to. So, okay, we're not going to watch them. Never mind. Well, I don't know. Maybe we'll just okay. This person, I have no idea who they are. I followed them purely because they're pushing to try and reach partners, so they need lots of people watching their stream to try and reach that. So we're gonna just go raid them, I guess. Nope, never mind. It looks like they just got offline. Well, that's not helpful, sir. Um, okay, we're gonna go raid Stray Cat Crafts, who is mostly a German streamer as far as I know. Uh, they do say that they are multilingual, uh, but usually when I am watching them, they are speaking in German, so I don't understand anything they are saying. But they make plushies as well, so we're gonna go over there. Okay. I will be back tomorrow to stream. Thank you guys for being here. I'm sorry it was so short. I may or may not be back in the afternoon in a few hours, but probably not. But tomorrow I will be doing frogs and bats and other boring things, small things repeatedly, multiple of them. Um, yeah, and I won't probably won't be here Thursday, so my next stream will be tomorrow, Wednesday, and then after that, either Monday or Tuesday next week. So if I catch you then, that would be great. If not, thanks for being here today. You guys are all awesome. Love you all. Bye.